Mayad nga agahon, coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas here in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of tea, my Lipton green tea in my Arizona cup here, my souvenir cup from my friend John in Tucson, Arizona. He sent this cup to me all the way from Tucson, Arizona, and made it here to the Philippines in our province. And it's like, I'm really amazed how this cup made it all the way here and not break. I'm watching the Dodgers game on the side here, so it's 1-1 right now in the top of the fifth. First thing I always do the weather here in the Philippines. And right now, there is a tropical depression. Tropical depression Ramil. Ramil, it's about 1,000 kilometers east of southeastern Luzon. That is the number 18, 1-8 typhoon of the year here, for the year here in the Philippines. It's gonna be headed towards the Bicol region. That region, Catanduanes, Albay, Sorsogon. It's gonna affect northern Samar and eastern Samar. The typical route, like I mentioned maybe before, regarding typhoons here in the Philippines, like in the eastern Visayas, it's gonna hit like Samar Leyte, then it goes like northwest trajectory to like the Bicol region. So that area is gonna experience cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. Metro Manila, it says here, Metro Manila, Cagayan, Aurora, Mindoro, cloudy skies with scattered rains and thunderstorms. Not because of a tropical depression Ramil, but because of the easterlies. And then the rest of the Philippines, partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains. Here in our province, it is bright and sunny this morning. It's like a nice ride this morning on Bumblebee, taking Liana to school this morning. There's actually some areas already in because of even though the typhoon is still a good distance to making landfall in the Philippines. Already signal number 1 in the easternmost portion of Quezon Province, Camarines Norte, Catanduanes, Albay, Camarines Sur. So those areas already in signal number 1. Signal number 1, it's not serious yet. Usually signal number 1, it's kind of like a warning that they're going to be expecting rain in those areas. More likely later on tonight or tomorrow, early tomorrow morning, is when they're really going to feel the effects of tropical depression Ramil. All right. Good morning, GA. Good morning, Michael White from Masbate Island, the thriving expat. All right. Hey, there's Vegas Will. I was watching the karaoke last night that Dazzle, she went live with mom and then a little bit of Leanna towards the end. I was watching it on the screen this morning when I got up. That's pretty funny how we got the machine last night, so they were eager to try it out. We don't even have the speakers yet. We have gotten, there's portable speakers that we got with it. So, but they went ahead and tried the karaoke. I'm glad they did. It looks like they had a lot of fun. Yo, G, my good friend Tim in Las Vegas. Yo, Tim. YouTube acting up again. Wow, it's acting up again. Must be just overloaded with information with so many YouTubers now. Vegas Will said hi. All right. Yes, lost YouTube for a second. Oh, wow. I didn't know they lost again. It's like Dazzle and mom was cutting loose. I know. They finished the bottle of wine. I seen an empty bottle of wine here. So they did finish the wine last night. my friend Gray, he's always giving mom and Dazzle wine. He likes red wine, and he actually brings red wine to the Philippines in his suitcase. So I know this might have been one of the red wine that he brought to the Philippines. Signal 2 stops all ferries transport. Yes, yes. Same thing from Katiklan. If you're going to Boracay Island, the minute they declare signal number 2 from Katiklan, I mean, it's a short ride. It's only like 15 minutes on the ferry, but the Coast Guard will suspend transport. That's why it's unfortunate if you're on vacation, if you're only here for like 3 or 4 days, and to have that happen to you. But it's happened, unfortunately that would happen here if you're. That's the whole point of them talking about building a bridge to go from mainland Aklan to Boracay Island to prevent because it happens more often than not that and sometimes signal number 2 there's not even rain yet. Sometimes they're trying to be extra careful, and I understand that you don't want anything accident. The Coast Guard don't want to have any accidents in the water, but it's unfortunate because like sometimes you'll get stuck in the mainland side, and you have like a 3-night stay in Boracay Island that you paid already. Everybody that goes to Boracay, you have to pay up front, so you just lose the money. And then you have to get a hotel on the mainland side. It's happened many times, a lot of complaint from people. That's why they've been considering building a bridge. Ray in the Philippines. Hello, Ray. Good morning, Ray. And Dili, I saw you I heard like when Dazzle was like talking, she was saying Ray, it's like I think Michael C was already also on the live stream. Tim was also on the live stream. So thank you guys for supporting Dazzle and Mom last night. Top of the morning to ya. Hey Daniel, hello Daniel, hello my brother from another mother, all right, and my posse bros, all right, Daniel from Jacksonville, Florida. Good morning Vegas, Ray, Tim Craven, all right. Hello Sergeant. Hey, good morning Edgar, all right. Sergeant USA, all right. Hi Edgar, all right. Everybody's greeting everybody. Good deal. That's a good vibe. I'm trying to keep my eye on the score. 1-1 still. Now we're in the bottom of the 5th. The Dodgers are batting. This is gonna be a good game. It's a pitcher's duel because the Milwaukee's got that young guy like pitches really well. And we got Glass now pitching for us. Today I'm gonna discuss the topic. I have the topic. Let me open it on the other phone here. And the topic today, I got a lot of questions when Michael made that video of our house. I got a lot of questions on that. I answered some of the comments on his on that video. Got a lot of views. I think over 70,000 views already. So, and I got more subscriber because of that, and I appreciate that for Michael, that Philippines Live. I think I gained like over 300 new subscribers, and I'm answering. Oh, the dogs are barking outside. Usually, what happens is like when somebody's walking their dog, of course, all the neighborhood dogs, they're mad. They're mad because how come that dog's out walking, But let me just close the window here that way. See, even my dog starts acting up because it's like, oh, right there's a dog out. That's why I said, let me close. Even my dog wants to join in on the barking because someone's walking their dog right outside our gate here. So today I'm going to talk about that, about buying a home here, building a home here, and renting a home here. And I'll talk about a little bit about our house, how we got our house. That way, if you got that opportunity, I think here when they're starting to build a subdivision, I just kind of lucked up on it. I really didn't plan on buying here at Camellia, Aklan. But what happened was at the mall, this was like 2014, they had a booth at the mall. You know, they were like plans of the development here. And what attracted me is swimming pool. They were like advertising. Of course, the swimming pool wasn't built in 2014. It wasn't built yet. All it was really was plans, because when I did a tour, I mean, there was nothing here. It was like they turned this rice field and they built roads and like the sewer system. There wasn't even a guardhouse, no buildings. You know, they built like 4 or 5 model homes to look at, but that was it. You know, that's why like my house here, when it got built, it was house number 6. I was the house number 6 that got built. That's why the only hassle, like I said on the video, is when my house got built and we moved in August of 2016, there was construction here for like the next 2 years. I mean, construction people, you would hear construction everywhere. So most of the time we would just close our doors and our windows, and you know, it wasn't too bothersome. Yes, I was surprised when I got notification at 8 p.m. I said, wow, Ginny is still, oh no, I was already asleep. And when I sleep, man, I sleep good. I don't, you know, it would take, even the earthquake didn't wake me up. Leanne had to wake me up when the earthquake hit. Ladies are having, I know, I was watching the video, they were having a great time. And I'm glad, you know, it's like, they said they're going to do that more. I was talking to Mom earlier. She was having coffee here. All dogs here tried to join in. I know, right? I know, right, Michael White? Here, the minute a dog walks on our street, all our neighborhood dogs, they're like on attack mode. You know, they're like, even my dog starts like, you know, complaining, like, how come that dog gets to go out and I don't get to go out? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Abba views. All right. Curtis Knight. What does kuya mean? A kuya is like it's a respect. Usually kuya is like for your older brother. Ate is like older sister. Like anybody that's older than me, you know, like older than me, I usually call kuya or ate. And now even somebody younger than me, I would call ate or kuya. It's kind of like a show of respect, you know, instead of calling somebody, you know, you don't know, a lot of times, like when I'm filming, I don't know their name, you know, so out of respect, I'll just say kuya or ate. That way, you're not saying like, hey, you know, it's like, you know, it's like, at least it's a sign of respect, or sign of respect here. Denzel TV After Dark. Denzel TV After Dark. So I'm going to talk about, you know, like, I've always, you know, when people ask me, my recommendation always to people when they move to the Philippines or they're coming here to the Philippines, JP, Daniel, Edgar, when they're all coming here, I always tell them rent first. Even if you like meet a Filipina online, you know, LDR, long distance relationship, you know, you come to the Philippines, you meet them at the airport for the first time, it's best to just like rent first when you get here. Don't be such in a hurry to like buy land, buy a house, build a house. You know, it's like, you know, that's easy here anyway. You know, it's like for me, you know, there really is no reason to rush, because one thing you'll see here, once you have built your house, buy a house, wherever, it's hard to sell. You know, not many people here can just come up with that kind of cash. You know, it's like a lot of times if you end up selling, a lot of times you're going to end up having to do some kind of installment plans, because not many people have that, you know, like big amount of cash to lay down on a purchase. And then, you know, there's a lot for sale. Even here in our community, even here in a Camellia subdivision, there's a lot for sale. Outside the subdivision, there's a lot for sale. So to me, really, there shouldn't be any hurry to buy. And the one thing about that, not being in a hurry, if you just rent, that way you can like experience the area first. You know, you can watch videos, you can talk to your Filipina about the area, but until you get here, you're not gonna really know that you like the area or not. Are there going to be a lot of stray dogs? Are there going to be roosters that will bother you? Or neighbors that will bother you? Like, they play karaoke. They play karaoke. Or drinking all hours of the night, making noise. It's best to like rent first. My friend Brian from Houston, right now he's in, Brian and Gloria, they're back in Houston right now, visiting their kids. They miss their kids. So they're spending, I think, 6 months right now in Houston. I see them touring the U.S. They went to Louisiana. But they'll be back here because they built a house in Lezo, right next door to Numancia here. Practically, I'm 10 minutes away from their house that it was like an old house. They bought it and they refurbished it. But before they bought that house, they both lived in Calibo for like a year. They rented a furnished 2-bedroom apartment in Calibo for a year, just so that they experienced Calibo, they experienced Aklan. Gloria originally was from Aklan, but she spent many years, over 20 years in the United States. So, even though like if you're Filipino, like if you're coming from this United States, like Gloria and Brian, Gloria hasn't been here in the Philippines for so long. So what she remembered about Aklan was not the Aklan that she, when Brian and her came here, I think about 2 years ago now, because now I think they've been a year at their house in Lezo. And that way you can also, when you're renting, you're not in a rush to buy. When you're not in a rush to buy land or buy housing, that's usually when you can find a good deal, because like when you're like looking, right? When you're looking for something to buy or a land or house, usually that's where you end up paying a little extra, because the sellers know that you're looking, whereas, a lot of times the good deals that you end up getting here are people that, they get in some kind of bind, like maybe a family member gets sick and they want to sell property, land, or they want to sell their house just because they got to pay hospital bills. So they're kind of a little bit desperate to sell. So you got the advantage when, it's not like you're taking advantage, but, they need the money, you need the land, you need the house. So, I think that's a win-win. You get better opportunities when you're just not, you just have your money in the bank waiting for a good deal. Instead of like when you're looking. When you're looking, I think you're in the behind the negotiations. You'll be like, it'll be hard to find a good bargain, but bargains happen here all the time. I'm sure like Michael White from he's at Masbate. He's experienced that where people get in the bind here and then they want to sell land quickly, and usually you can get good deals in that situation. Got it. All right. Andili, got it. All right. Rain. Hi from Nevada. All right. Another Nevada. Tim C is from Las Vegas. He's on the live stream here. Ginno, I 100% concur. I'm going to rent. GF, you're funny. You're funny before I decide to joke lang. I know you're joking. I know you're joking. Ray, yes. Our area can change over time. I would build a small house on Lynn's land that is surrounded by family in the future. Yeah, that, to me, once you commit to a Filipina, that's a good deal. I have many friends that are doing that. I got a friend now, he's in Bicol. That's what he's doing. He's building a house in the family land, So that's a good deal because, you're committed to your Filipina, your Filipina's committed to you, the families embraces you. To me, that's a good situation. That's a good situation to be in. To go surrounded by family, surrounded by people that's gonna love you. To me, you can't go wrong with that. That's a good move. I know people will say, well, it's not your house if the Filipina kicks you out. But to me, that means maybe your relationship with the Filipina is not solid. But if you have a solid relationship with your Filipina and her family, man, you're gonna live a good life. They're gonna treat you like a king, man, like they do with me. It's like Dazzle, Mom, and Leanna. They, I practically don't have to do anything in the house. They're always taking so good care of me. Yes, not in a hurry. Again, that's the key, right? Ray, don't be in a hurry to do things here in the Philippines, because you're retired, you're like the island time, you're laid back, there's no rush to do anything here, it's like land will always be available. Houses will be always available. There's always going to be people wanting to sell their house quickly. Unfortunately, here in the Philippines, people do get into a bind because a lot of people don't have medical insurance, and that's the biggest thing that I see happening a lot. It's like somebody gets sick in the family, and the family ends up selling the motorbike, the car, the house just to pay hospitals bills because nobody gets medical insurance here. Not ready for a rocking chair yet. All right, Ray. All right, understand, brother. It's like hardware supply showed up. All right, all right. I know you're getting like, I know I saw it one time, Michael. You guys were transporting cement on the banca. That was pretty cool. Get boat during high tide. This video on my channel when done. All right, all right. Take care, take care. Thank you for joining the live stream, Michael. Daniel, howdy, Ray. Kumusta? Ay, there's Lowell from Oregon. Kumusta? Kumusta, kapatid? Kumusta, Lowell? God bless, my brother. Good AM, fam. All right, the Panay Posse from Fortune. Fortune and I were chatting earlier because he watched the video that I released last night talking about the fraternities, the two fraternities in UP Diliman that had a lot of work, a lot of to do with like the Bakawan Eco Park. They have a monument there, so big reason why that Eco Park was built because of UP Diliman in Quezon City. Good day, Mikey Begiswil, Daniel, or Fortune in the house. Welcome, sir, from Edgar. All right, all right. Good day, Edgar. Let me just look at my notes. I've talked about my friend, he moved here. My friend Brian and Gloria, they have an amazing house in Lezo. I think I filmed. They were building the wall the next time I go there, I'll give you a quick a tour of his house because one of the things that Brian's a big guy. He's like 6'4", big dude, and he played football. It's like, but one of the things that was important to Brian when he moved here was AC. He wanted to be comfortable. He wanted to be comfortable. He didn't want to be like sweating. He didn't want to be like, so what he did with his house, it's an older house that he bought. He refurbished the house and basically he has central air. It's like not many people got central air here. So basically he's got those inverter type AC units. They save on electricity. And his whole house is like living room, kitchen, everything's like, I feel like I'm in the United States when I'm at Brian's house, because we went there for lunch one time. Gloria had made an amazing lunch for us. I think I did film that when we had lunch there. But he fenced it. Now he built a nice fence. He's got a gate. On his backyard, he can actually see Aklan River from his backyard. It's like a amazing. And then he's not in the town of Lezo, but more provincial look. He has neighbors, but it's not crowded at all. It's like he's got banana trees, he's got papaya trees, mango trees. It's like he's in the province. He's living the life in the province. And the thing, another thing I'm gonna mention when you're building a house, it's not a big deal if you have a lot of money. If that house, if you're buying, you're building, if that house is not a big part of your retirement savings, it's like, then I don't see a problem, right? If you got plenty of money. But what I've seen is a lot of people sink all their money all on the build or on the house. Basically almost wipes out their retirement savings when they built the house. And you got to be careful with that when you build like a humongous house here in the Philippines. Again, because if something happens and you got to leave the Philippines and you have to sell that home, it's going to be difficult to sell a big house here. Not many people would have the budget to pay for an expensive home. I've seen that happen. There was a YouTuber that I was following. That happened to him. He built like a nice home, solar, a swimming pool, solar in the swimming pool, just a compound. And then after he built it, it took him 2 years to build it, and not even a year, he had to go back to the United States. So, and then he had to sell it. I'm sure he was not going to get a good price. That was his dream house. He's in a bind. He's the one that needs to sell it and go back to the U.S. So, just keep that in mind. But if you got a lot of money, no, I don't see any problem with it. I've seen people do that. Here in the Nabas along the beach, people amazing mansions on the beach, but they got money. So if you got money, not a big deal. But if it's gonna be a big part of your savings, a lot of expats will tell you, the word they tell you is like, don't buy a house or don't buy a property that you can't walk away from. I hear that from expat a lot, and it makes sense to me. It's like if you can't just like us here in this house, I can walk away from this house anytime, because like for me, it's just a good investment. I can, if Dazzle and I decide, hey, why don't we try living in Boracay, or why don't we try to live to Palawan? Let's do it. We can do it. And I can walk away because this is not a big commitment for me. This house was on a mortgage, a 15-year mortgage, where we passed the 10 years, so a little under 5 years left on the mortgage. And the mortgage is only like $200 a month. I can pay that without, it's not a burden to my retirement here if we just walk away from the house. And then we can also decide if we want to rent the house. It's easy enough to rent the house, maybe under $200, but somebody will rent it. So it's not a big hit. That's the key. If you're gonna buy, if you're gonna build, it's something that you can walk away from, that you're not stuck there. Because you never know, things change anywhere here in the Philippines. When you're living here in the Philippines, you might like the area when you first move to the area, but things might change. You might like, or you might get bored of the area, or you might start thinking, that might be cool to live in that area. So it's good not to like put all your money in a property here or on a build here. Because you never know. Things happen here all the time. Like I said, I'm sure that the expat that built that big house with a swimming pool, when it took him 2 years to build, and a year later he's leaving, I'm sure he wasn't thinking about leaving when he was building the house. Finally saw Pandan Hills. All right. I've not been there. One of these days, I'll have to watch the video then for the Pandan Hills. There's just so many places here. That's the thing. James is gonna have an amazing time here in Aklan Province. He hasn't even scratched the surface of things he can vlog here in Panay Island. There's so many, that James and Karen with their new motorbike now, man. They're just, I'm so happy for him, because it's like, he's not even hit the tip of the iceberg. He's got so much area here to cover: waterfalls, rivers, secret beaches, just plenty to share to the viewers. And I know you see how the excitement in James every time he shares stuff like that, genuine excitement. When James goes to these areas where he's never seen it, you see the genuine excitement in him. And I love that. I love that about James. It's like a little kid, like a little kid in a candy store or something, just like going there, wow, wide-eyed, like this place is awesome. Richard, good morning. How are you? I'm doing good. I'm just going to do this live stream, keeping an eye on my Dodgers, where it looks like we're in the bottom. Oh, is that the 8th already? Bottom of the 6th, I think. 1-1 tie still. 1-1 tie. And then today, actually, I have to go to Asia Pacific Medical Center today. I have an appointment with my oncologist today. He does clinic here. He's actually from Iloilo. He lives in Iloilo, but every Friday, he's at Asia Pacific Medical Center here in Calibo. And I try to see him, regularly. He just likes to check on me. Just my MRI is good. My MRI is good. My lab work could be improved. That's why I'm drinking a green tea, because my creatinine is on the high side. So I have to I'm sure he's gonna talk to me about that. Maybe refer me to like a kidney doctor, maybe just so all preventive. Nothing. He's just trying to stay on top of me as far as like all my medical and making sure I'm recovering from my cancer treatments. So I'll see him today. It's only 8. My appointment's at 10. Oh, speaking of appointments, appointments here, when they say I have an appointment at 10, I'm basically on the list. I'm on the list. The doctor arrives at 10 and there's already a list of patients. And Dr. Palik, is just busy. Oncologists here, I guess because there's not many oncologists in Panay Island. So there's even people at Asia Pacific Medical Center today from Antique, from Capiz, from Rojas City. They come to see Dr. Palik here in Calibo. So usually when I check in at 10 there, I'll just say, hey, I'm here. I'll sit out there in the lobby. Usually when I look at the list, there's usually like 50 people on the list, 50, 60 people. But Dr. Palik goes through the list pretty quick. It takes him about 10, 15 minutes per patient. There's times when I wait there 2 hours. There's times where I wait there 4 hours. But that's typical. That's typical here. It's not like in the US where you have a specific appointment and you go, if it's 10, you're the only one scheduled at 10. Here, it doesn't work like that here. It's like you're on the list, they start calling the names on the list. But not a big deal. I'm used to it. I'll bring my laptop. I got a couple of videos I can edit while I'm sitting there. They got free Wi-Fi at Asia Pacific Medical Center. They got a nice cafe on the same floor where my oncologist is, I think 3rd or 4th floor, and then Lanang Chinese restaurant is there. So, we can eat lunch there for sure. That's where we're going to eat lunch. So we make a day out of it at Asia Pacific Medical Center. And while I'm there, I'm going to go ahead and schedule myself, Dazzle, and Leanna for a dental exam. They have a dental clinic there. I have not been to it, but I'm hearing good things about it. Full dental with like x-ray machines. Because a lot of dental in Calibo, they just do cleaning, but a lot of them don't have x-ray machines. That kind of surprised me. It's like usually most dental office has an x-ray machine, but most of the ones in Calibo don't. But Asia Pacific Medical Center I've been looking at their Facebook page. They have x-ray machines, their dentist chairs, their equipment looks like state of the art because they've only been open, it'll be coming up on 2 years. So it's a pretty new hospital, pretty new dental office there. So we're gonna go there. Well, I'll close the live stream here maybe around 9 and then wake up Dazzle and then we'll head to Asia Pacific Medical Center. We'll probably spend the whole day. Spend the whole day at the Asia Pacific Medical Center. So this house right here, like I was saying earlier, if you can jump on an opportunity, like when they're still building, I think that's when you can get good deals here in the Philippines. Like if the subdivision is like, what do they call it? Pre-sale. Basically, a lot of times, a lot of these subdivisions, if you go different parts of the Philippines, they would have like the vacant subdivision where they build the roads first. That's the first thing they do, the roads, and they sell the lots. That's when you can get a good deal. And usually they'll have like 3 or 4 model homes at the entrance. So you can look at the model homes and you can pick, like me, I picked this Rena model because at the time, this is one, this one, I have a little yard. It's not a townhome. I'm not attached to somebody. And I wanted that. I want that separation from my neighbor. And at the time, it was like, I think I'd said 1.5, but looking on the paperwork, it was actually cheaper. It was actually 1.4 million. So around $24,000 at the time, in 2014 when Dazzle and I signed the contract for it. And when I bought it, around 24,000. I had to put a down payment of $5,000 at the time. So I only borrowed like a million, it's like a million, a little bit over $1 million pesos, about $19,000 at the time. And it's 15 years on the loan. That's why my monthly payment is only $200. But by the time I've paid a 15-year loan, I would have paid more, the interest. And I understand that. I think when I started, the interest was like at 6%. Now it's like at 8%. It climbed up, but to me, it was just like, here I'm paying about $200. When I was living in Calibo, I was renting an apartment, a 2-bedroom apartment, and I was paying like maybe $130. So it was just an additional $70. So I figured, hey, why not? And we had Chloe. It was a big problem walking my dog, Chloe, at the time. And now Toto, we got 2 dogs now. In Calibo, there's a lot of stray dogs. So if you're walking your dog outside, it's kind of tricky because usually there's like a pack of dogs that will like start barking and start like, and Chloe, it's a little puppy at the time. And even now, she's a scaredy cat. She's not a fighter. She's like, Daddy, pick me up. So I'm always like, but here, you see in our neighborhood, I walk the dogs in the morning. I walk them at sunset, no problem. It's like everybody leashes their dog here. Everybody picks up the poop. There's not poop everywhere. In Calibo, that's a problem, with all the stray dogs. There's like poop everywhere, so unsanitary. And so I like our community here, living in our community. So I talked about a little bit when I got the house here. And like I said, we only have like, I think 4.5 years left on the loan. And then this house will be free and clear. It'll be Dazzle's property. Another one of Dazzle's property, including the land that we bought in Katiklan. Because I just want to make sure I leave stuff like that for Dazzle. I have life insurance. Dazzle's the primary beneficiary of my life insurance. Those kind of things you got to think about because, I'm a lot older than Dazzle. I'll be 60 next year. Dazzle, she's going to be 31 next year. So, chances are I'm going to go before her. That's why, those are the kind of things that I think about. Make sure I leave her plenty of property, savings, set her up good. That way when I'm gone. One thing to note, that the construction now, the land now, if you want to buy here at Camila, of course, it's going to be more now. It's like I said on that video, easily, for 2 million now at this house, or even more, because if you have to build the same house on this same property, there's vacant lots on the other side here of Camila Clan. You'll be hard to find a similar home like mine and spend under 2 million, more likely higher, because cement, rebar, steel, labor, everything's like more expensive now than 10 years ago. All right, let's look at my notes and make sure I hit all the points here. Yeah, so I covered everything. My last thing there is like, if you're renting, that will give you a good feel of the area. Hi, Mom. I closed the door because the dogs start barking. Like they start barking, and I think they're doing construction too, right, Ma? Yeah. Oh, Ate Jo. My neighbor, like 2-3 doors down, they're doing what I was planning. I'm planning to build here maybe like this coming summer, March 2026, adding a room downstairs here, because you could do that here. I can add, I have space in the back here where I can build another room, a cement wall, roof it, and that's what they're doing. So I'm waiting for my neighbor. I'll look at the final product, and if I like the final product, I might hire the same people that's building their extra room, just to build another room in the house. That's the thing I like, that we have a little extra on our house and lot. On the lot, there's extra that I can add on, because like my neighbor Kuya Rex, he built like a second floor. He built a garage, and on the top he built another bath. I mean, you can expand. You're allowed to expand here. You just got to get authorization from the HOA. Lowell, if you don't want to lose the house, you could always lease the land. One blogger that I watched bought the land in his wife's name and leased the land back from her. Yeah, more and more people are doing that. They're more. I've been seeing that, Lowell, like leasing the land for like 50 years. You know, I've been seeing that people are doing that here. And you can always find that, like you can find that in the beach areas here. You know, you can just lease the land. You know, you can write up the contract with a lawyer, and you can build something like, you know, not too expensive on that leased land and live there. And then, you know, you can always extend the lease when that comes up. You know, there's ways. You know, there's ways. I know that's a big thing with foreigners, that they can't buy land here. You know, that's a you know, people make a big thing about that, but a lot of foreigners that stay here anyway, a lot of them meet a Filipina anyway, you know. So, you know, if you can't trust your Filipina with the land, so that, to me, that doesn't make sense. If you marry the Filipina, right? You know, it's like you gotta leave the Filipina with something, you know, when you're gone. Hello, my Air Force brother. All right, Brian. Looking forward to meeting up with you, April. All right, all right. Let me know if you're here in our area, if you're in Panay Island, if you're Boracay. Let me know, Brian. You know, it's like I'm always meeting people. Like the past couple of days, I spent time with Ryan. He's from Australia. We had a great time. I gave him a tour of Calibo. Went to the Esplanade. We went to Hayahay restaurant. We went to the Bakawan Eco Park, the weaving. I mean, I just gave him a quick tour of Calibos. He even went to Liana school because he wanted to see like the school, how the schools work here, because he taught English in Thailand for 8 years. So he was like, he had a good time. Now he went to Iloilo yesterday, and I think he's going to Bacolod next, and then maybe Dumaguete City. I think he plans on renting a motorbike in Bacolod City and then riding the motorbike all the way to Dumaguete City. He's having an adventure. He's gonna have a great time. I know Brian's gonna have a blast here in the Philippines. Hey Daniel, Fortune. If Dodgers win, that's a 3-0 commanding lead. I know. That's why right now it's 3-1. Milwaukee's batting. Dodgers leading 3-1. Oh yeah, I remember 3-0. You know, it's like everybody knows that the Red Sox came back from the Yankees being down 3-0. That's legendary. I don't think that's ever happened. I don't recall that happening. That's why it's so legendary. Praying your results continue to be. Yes. All my MRI, I already got the results of my MRI. I know how to read an MRI. They gave me the results, so everything's like normal. No new growth. No new. You know, it's like that. Everything looks good. My oncologist just wants to go over things with me. He just wants to make sure, like, and then schedule, you know, he'll let me know today when my next MRI will be. More likely it'll be April, I think, because he's been doing every 6 months. But he told me at some point, my monitoring MRIs will be yearly instead of every 6 months. But everything's going good. I'm 2.5 years now, cancer-free. So I feel strong. I'm working out in the gym. You know, it's like lifting, jogging on the treadmill. So everything's good. I can eat most stuff now. I can taste food now. So blessing all the way around. Just a blessing. Ooh, my Dodger game went out. It went out. Let me look at it here. It says back out. All right. But at least we got the lead. The Dodgers got the lead. I'm ready, Marilio. If any of these girls are really interested, all right, I would move forward. Yeah, you know, if you're gonna meet a Filipina, I always tell people, it's best to come here. You know, it's like that whole online dating, that whole long distance relationship, that is hard to work, you know, because you don't know what the Filipinas up to when they're here. You know, that's when things can go sideways for you really fast. It's better to just go to the Philippines, find a place where you like here in the Philippines, select the area where you wanna be at. If it's Palawan, if it's Boracay, if it's Panglao, Bohol, find a place where you're going to be happy first. And then the Filipina usually finds its way into your life instead of, I don't recommend doing all that online thing. I know some people have been successful with that, but you know, it's like you're taking a chance, I think, if you're doing that. Good morning, Ginno, LV, all right, good morning, good morning. What was your rank when you retired? I was an E7. I was a master sergeant. 20 years. I served 20 years active duty in the United States Air Force. I could have gone for more because as an E7 at the time, my high year of tenure. I could have stayed 24, but I was just ready, man. I was just like, I felt blessed already that I did 20 years, that I could receive a pension. You know, it's like. And then, you know, the stress, you know, like military is no joke, you know. People in the military know, you know, it's like, for me anyway, the sooner I was able to retire, I was happy. I loved my time in the Air Force. I still have many friends that are in the, you know, that to this day, my Facebook is like full of my Air Force friends that I met throughout the years. But it's just a good feeling that you can retire because, you know, I know not many people get there. Very small percentage of people that join the military stay 20 years and get a pension. I'm sure it's especially now, you know, it's hard to stay in the military. It takes a lot. It takes a lot to like stay in the military for 20 years. My biggest surprise is see big fancy house next little simple house. I know, right? In different types, stone or bamboo houses. Yes. Because that happens, Edgar, because when you buy a house outside a gated community, a lot of times what happens is like if your land and your next door neighbor is a vacant lot, if that vacant lot, a lot of times, if the owner went to the US, went to Canada or abroad, OFW, and they're not there to watch their property, a lot of times people squat on it. You know, a lot of times people will just move in with their bamboo, with their nipa hut, build a house there and start living in the lot next to you. That's the advantage if you go with a gated community because that's not allowed here. You know, it's like nobody can just set up a hut right on the vacant lot here. You know, it's like they're going to be told to, you know, you're not allowed to do that. But, you know, that happens all the time because Dazzle tells me that in Katiklan, they have relatives in Katiklan that went abroad and so they're not here anymore. And next thing you know, somebody just starts building something in their land. And it's like, hey, that belongs to my auntie in Canada. And somebody just like builds a time. You know, it's a movable structure, but still they're squatting on that land. I see Charlie Letts. He retracted. Hey, Charlie Letts, my good friend in Boston. We just bought another lot close to the beach. All right, yeah, that's awesome, man. You know, like I said, if you got money, you know, if you got money to spare, you know, land in the Philippines is I think it's a good investment. You know, if you got money to spare, just don't be that's the money that you only have for retirement. If that, you know, it would be something like, you know, like some nice to have, like us, you know. We have the land in Katiglan now. It's just nice to have, you know. We might build on it someday, but, you know, if not, it's just an investment. You know, it's just an investment. And, you know, if we decide to sell it, don't do anything with it, it's just there. You know, it's like, it's on Dazzle's name, on her name alone, so she'll own it, you know, for forever. Good morning, brother. There it is. There is Charlie Letts, my good friend in Boston. I have to check on my friend Leo, man. Leo's my Boston guy. You know, when we video chat, he keeps me up to date. He's got like one of those man caves. You know, he's got a man cave. He's got all kinds of memorabilia there from the Patriots, the Bruins, and the Celtics. It's all man cave. It's like, man, it's like amazing. Dodgers score. All right, Dodgers. I had the game earlier, but my thing went out. It's like, let me see here. Oh, it's back. I have this, Dazzle got a subscription for, I guess, for just the playoffs. I think it was like 300 pesos. I think something like that for a month. So right now, what's the score? What's the score? It's a tiny thing on the phone here, but looks like 3-1, 3-1. We're up. Milwaukee's batting now. We're up 3-1. We're at home, so that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I may be a Red Sox fan, but let me say, I would love to see Mookie. I know, right? Mookie, man. Mookie's just he's a good, not only a good player, but he's great for the team. You know, Mookie's just a good guy. You know, you can tell Mookie's a good guy. He's not like like a ego thing. He's not, he's just a team player. Get another word. I love Shohei, because who doesn't? I know, right? Shohei's awesome, man. Journeys in ball. All right, Steve. Let me see what your Ted. I'm sorry. I was trying to think because I was watching your video, Ted. Man, you got a nice view. Ted built this house in Bohol, kind of like a studio on the bottom floor, but he has this view area on top that with a roof on it. He could see the water. He could see Cebu from Bohol, man. That's like an amazing view. He's still building. I can tell you're still building around your house. Congratulations on your house, Ted. And Elvira. That's why it's LB. And I know your wife's name is Elvira or Elvira. It's like Journeys. Don't know why my wife's Google. Gosh, I think because of that thing, Ted, when they did, something's going on with YouTube. That's why we were losing some of the handle, the YouTube handle. It's like what's coming out is like the account numbers. You're not alone. It's happening to many people. Yes, I trust Lynn with respect to building a house. I'm just not ready to start spending my travel money just yet. Yeah, and one thing to note, when you start building here in the Philippines, when you talk to like a builder, here it's almost like a handshake deal. There ain't no contracts written here. It's like if my neighbor, he gets done there, I'll ask him, hey, how much did they charge you? And then I'll do the negotiating with the guy. Well, how much do you think it's gonna cost me to add a room here? But over here in the Philippines, it's like a handshake deal. There's no contracts done. So a lot of times when they quote you a price, if they quote me like, it's probably going to cost about 150,000 pesos or, little under $3,000 to build that one extra room. Chances are it's going to be higher than that. It's like a overrun or over cost. It's never the price they give you. It's never the price with construction here. There's always going to be comments like, oh, the rebar steel is like more expensive now. The cement is more expensive now. I have to hire extra man. It's never like whatever they quote you on the price of the construction. It's always above that. You're going to end up, that's why it is kind of like, it can get stressful, especially if you're building a big house. Again, if you're building a big house and that's a big part or most of your retirement money, you're gonna get stressed. If it's not a big part of your military nest egg, then that's okay. If it's, like I said, if it's money that you can walk away from, then it's not a big deal. You won't get a stress. But I have not yet met anybody here in the Philippines that had something built here and not get stressed with the workers, with the workmanship, with the cost, because they have a tendency of just like snowballing or like increasing in costs when they start construction here. Hey, there's Jane St. Karen. All right, Jane St. Karen Adventures. I haven't seen that Pandan Hills video, man. I gotta watch it after the live stream. We love the Yeah, very much. All right, I'll have to check. I haven't seen it yet, Jane, so I'll watch it after the live stream. I worked overtime in a pork plant to make the money to buy our house. If I'd waited to buy, the price went from... Wow, yes. See, that's the thing, it's like that's why a lot of people here, that's why for us, that's why we bought the land in Katiklan, because we know we're not going to lose money on the land. I know that, it's like land in the Philippines appreciates. Like, because you can't create more land, right? It's like, either people are building on, a lot of times when you buy property, you buy property that's not built up yet, like in Katiglan, the area where we bought, it's not built up yet, but people are building around it. So the more people build around our land, the more people build roads in our land's just going to appreciate. So, that's a good point. That's a good point for James. But like I said, James, he knew that was the place he's going to be at because of Karen. He's got a solid relationship with Karen. He knows that he wants to be around. He's, communicated with Karen, video chat. He knows that Karen comes from a good family. So, he's vetted, done his vetting already. So he knows he's going to be happy. But, you got to put in that time. You got to put in that time in the relationship. I just see some expats make the mistake sometimes. I've seen some expats buy stuff here sight unseen. It's like they haven't even gone to the area and they just buy stuff. Again, if they got the money, not a big thing. But if it's a big part of their retirement pension, that could hurt if it goes sideways. Wow, James, great call, great call. I'm retiring as an E8, being the Air National Guard. All right, Brian, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service, Brian. But most of the time, I was on active duty orders. The Air Force has been good to me. But after 33 years, I'm ready to finally relax. See you soon, brother. All right, see you soon, brother. Hey, I cannot blame you, man. It's like, I'm 33 years. Man, you put up with a lot. It's like, I was able to do it for 20, but I don't think that, I think that was my limit. Once I hit 20, man, I was just ready to move on with it, find a new life, find a more relaxing life, because the military is no joke, people that serve in the military, we all know, it's like, anytime anybody can stay 20 years in the military, that is a major accomplishment. That is not something to take lightly. I'm not very smart, not very strong, just persistent and hardworking. Anyone that has the focus to do the same. Man, you're smart, James. I don't know about that, man. You're one of the smartest guys I know. It's like you got a lot of knowledge, man. But I'm happy for you, brother, because James, man, you're living the life. You're still young. You're a lot younger than me, but you're already living the life, man. You're living the life that you want, and that's why I think that's why you're gonna grow on YouTube. People are gonna watch you. Because they're gonna follow you, man. Because you made an interesting decision. Coming here to the Philippines. While you're still young, a lot of people, wait till they're like Social Security age before they move here. But you're still young, able to mobile. You're adventurous. You're on a motorbike, man. I see great things. I see great things from you, James. And you got an amazing wife, man. You're blessed, brother. You're blessed. Not everybody here is a Karen, like you're Karen. Your Karen is special, and your Karen's family is special, man. Right on, James. All right. How many retirement points do you have, Brian? Ooh, I don't know about the, I guess the reserves. I guess the guard. I guess they got. Oh, I did 8,700. Oh, I don't know how that point system is. In the Air Force, when I was active duty, we didn't have like points or anything. Good day, J&K, fortune. That's sizable. All right. Congratulations, Brian. That's it. If it's sizable, if Vaughn says it's sizable, man, that's a good deal. Good morning from James to myself, Fortune, and everyone. All right. LOL. It will be enough. Oh yeah, Brian. It's like, man, I've lived here on E7 retirement pay alone. Brian, I did not get VA disability. I'm just getting my military pension is my only income here in the Philippines for the last 14 years. And I've had a good life. I had a good life here. I'm not rich, but I was able to buy a car brand new. I paid cash. I bought this home. We bought the land. We got a little bit of savings, I can't complain. I can't complain. And I'm down the road. I'm only less than 3 years from Social Security. So that's another income that's going to come in. So it's going to be nice. It's going to be, Dazzle and I definitely will travel more once I get my Social Security. I want to take her to the United States on a visit, not to live, not to live. I want to take her to the United States, maybe even Canada, visit Canada, Japan. You know, it's like, we'll be able to afford that once I get my Social Security. Leo seems a great guy. Oh, Leo's awesome, Charlie. Leo's awesome, man. He's Leo was in Air Force with me for 4 years. Then he became a state trooper. You know, it's like state trooper. You know, it's like, so he was a state trooper. He got shot in the line of duty. And when he got shot into the line of duty, he decided to go, because he's a hero, right? When you get shot in the line of duty as a state trooper in Boston, I guess you're a hero, right? So he went into politics. He became a councilman for the city of Everett for like 20 years, and then now retired, fully retired now. He's like 60 now, like my age, 60. He's like fully retired, just enjoying his retirement, traveling the United States, traveling all over the world. He'll come see me here. I'm sure he'll come see me here next year. He's planning on taking his wife here too, so I can meet his wife. I believe you said he was born. I don't know if he was born in Everett, but he served as a councilman in Everett for like 20 years. He was into politics. He was into politics. I was over there earlier. I met people who have whole room for. I know that's how he is, man. I'm like, when I do a video call with Leo, he's got a man cave, man. It's like, this is bigger than in my house, full of like Boston stuff. Good day, Vaughn. Good day, Ted. From Fortune. Right on, Brian. Right on. All right, 3-1 Dodgers now. All right. I'm still watching it here. I still got it on the screen here. Nice weather in LA. You know, it's like Dodger Stadium. It's like it was an early game, but now it looks like it's around sunset time. Bottom of the seventh. So we're doing good. The Colonel. Hey, the Colonel. All right. Good morning, Colonel. Good morning, Colonel. Hey, Scuba Steve. Good morning, brother. Good morning. He said, Scuba Steve says good morning to Doug and James also. All right. Hey, Steve. Scuba Steve. I love Scuba Steve, man. Scuba Steve's just cool. He's a cool brother, man. He's got an amazing spirit, man. I met him for a little bit in Rojas City, but you can just tell he's like a fun guy, got positive energy, just a great brother. Karen and Dazzle are precious gems. Amen, Ray, right? You met both Dazzle and you met Karen, man. They're just a gem, you know. James and I are both blessed. We're both blessed. I don't know how James and I got so lucky, but we just, you know, we found some gems, you know. And I hope someday, you know, people here looking for their partner, I hope you find a gem also. I know Scuba Steve's got a gem, you know. It's like, I know Scuba Steve. He's the smile on Scuba Steve when I met him, you know. It's like he's got a great partner. Good morning, Colonel. Scoop Dog. Scoop Dog. Aklan is something right out of a dream. It really is, right, James? And I'm so happy, man. I'm, you know, like I said earlier, James, you're like, you know, for me, when I watch your videos and you go to a place, to me, it's just so authentic. And I've been with James. I know exactly how he feels, you know. It's not fake. It's the real reaction of James when, like, because like you just go, it's like the wild west here. It's so pristine, and when you go to these places like Lichticon, White Rocks, when James was there, I've been there, so I knew exactly what James is looking at. It's like, man, you don't realize that these places still exist, where it's like so pristine, so like untouched by humans, you know, by humans, not destroyed by humans yet, you know. And James is going to have an amazing adventures here in Aklan and Panay Island. Like living a dream, brother, living a dream. Michael C, good morning, Michael C. Good morning, bro. Happy Friday. I was watching you were on the live stream with Dazzle last night, and I heard her say Michael and Rose, Ate Rose, in the beginning of the on her karaoke live stream last night. YouTube. Chronicle. Good morning, Ray and Michael C. Good morning, Michael in the Philippines. Michael C in the Philippines. Hey Jamal, long time no see, Jamal. What's up, brother? Hey bud, you and you're live. Check your text. Check my text. It's on. Oh, hold on, man. I didn't text, man. I didn't text you. But that's Jamal. He's in Dumaguete. I didn't get it, man. I know I'm on a group chat with you. I know I'm in Jamal from the Philippines group chat. No, I didn't get a message. I didn't get a message, Jamal. Check your text. Oh, maybe it's on the comments. Maybe it's on the comments of the live stream. Let me just see that. Let me see. I gotta check so many things, man. All these gadgets. I got two different phones here, and then this is Dazzle's phone where I'm live streaming. I'll check it. I'll check it though, Jamal. No worries, brother. I'll check it. Brian, enjoy your Friday, brother. I will. It's like Friday here, bright and sunny outside. It's like amazing. I'm like, man, it's kind of warm. I got the fan here, but I had to close the window earlier. Let me just show you guys outside here really quick. That way you guys can see how, we do have, like it says, we have a tropical depression in the Philippines, but man, it is like bright and sunny out here. Man, it's already warm. Man, look at that sun, man. It's like, I'm gonna try not to go too far because that's sometimes my internet acts up when I go, but look at that bright sun. Ooh, my neighbor's is that a new Suzuki? Man, he's got a new, I always see new vehicles here in our neighborhood. I see all those motorbikes, those belong to like the construction workers, adding that extra room at my neighbor's house. But always so quiet and peaceful here. Bright and sunny. A little bit of clouds there, so we might get rain later. But man, look at that bright sun. Man, it's already creeping to like about 90 degrees here, I'm sure. It's like it's starting to warm up fast. It doesn't take long to get warm here in our area. Just the sun is just so bright and sunny. All right, just that. Let me see. Friday, I have Colonel retiring tomorrow morning. All right, no worries, Brian. Thank you, Brian, for joining the live stream. Appreciate you, brother. We'll have a great weekend for sure. We're going with Edgar tomorrow. Edgar invited us to a resort. We're gonna go to a resort in New Washington, Aklan tomorrow. Edgar said he's gonna take care of the food in the resort. So I said, hey, I'm there, brother. So Edgar's like invited us. So we'll go to the resort tomorrow morning, and then spend most of the day there. Got a swimming pool there, so I haven't been to that resort, so I'm sure we're gonna have a great time. Just a heads up, my son's private school in Roa City is going to online classes. Oh wow, 50% has influenza. Oh, all right. Thank you for the heads up. I haven't heard anything here in Aklan regarding Leanna's school. So usually what happens here, since we're only 2 hours away from Roa City, if people are doing that near us, wouldn't surprise me if Leanna's goes to online school too. And when they say online school here, it's really not online school. All they do is give the kids homework. They call them modules here. There's really no, it's like Zoom or anything like that where the kids can have the teacher teach them. There's nothing like that here. What happens when they say they go online? The kids, they'll give them modules probably similar to that, to Leanna's Kumon. It's kind of like a lot of homework that Leanna would have to complete, then we have to turn in to the school. That's what they did during COVID. So when they say go online school, it's basically giving kids modules or homework. Yeah. So man, it's like I'll have to I have seen something on Facebook regarding that influenza going around the Philippines. That's why I started wearing a mask. Like when I'm outside, when I go to the hospital, I always wear a mask at the hospital because people are coughing in there. So I always wear when I go to the hospital later. Facebook. Oh, Facebook. All right, Jamal. I was like trying to figure Jamal. So Jamal said he's Facebook. All right, let me see here. Make sure I'm on the. I don't see it. I don't see a notification, Jamal. I don't see a notification, Jamal. I don't see a notification. I'll check it though. Gonna go see y'all. All right. Ask Days and Leanna for suggestion. Maybe the river. Ask Mike and Kat to let me know. This is what. Oh, okay. All right, Jamal. All right. I know Mike and Kat, they're free now to like travel. I know they're not gonna be here, man. They have plans to travel outside of Aklan. But if you come here, if you want to go to the river, we'll take you. Like tubing, water tubing, we can take you, Jamal. Not a problem. But I know that I don't want to spoil it for viewers. I don't know if that's information I'm supposed to share, but I know they're not going to be in Rojas City. They're traveling more now because Michael and Kat got the time now. He's handed the reins to the business partners of the Canadian Beaver. So now he's free to do more vlogging. So that's what they're going to be doing. Thank you for the public service announcement. All right, I know, right? That's like awesome to I didn't realize about that flu. I saw articles on the flu regarding the Philippines, but I didn't know that they were going to online schooling. I'm sure it'll reach Leanna's school. Like I said, if Rojas City's doing it, Iloilo's thinking of doing it. We're only like a couple of hours away from them. So I'm sure our Department of Education here will also act to protect the kids. Surigao heads. Wow, Surigao. I didn't see that this morning. Oh, I have to look that up now. Pretty close to us down here in Bohol. All right, Ted. I have to look for that. I'll have to look for that after the live stream here. We've been having so many earthquakes now. It's like it's still a little overcast here. I need to get my walk in. I have a busy day ahead. Have personal. All right, man. The live stream this evening. Exercise. All right, man. Exercise is important, Ray. Good deal, brother. Get your exercise on. And filming 2 videos. We didn't feel it in the hills, but people down by the beach felt it. All right. And I know Bohol, I remember they had a big earthquake. I think 2013, 2014, I remember. I was already here in the Philippines. I remember that was a lot of damage, and we went to Bohol. We went to Dazzle, and I went there. You could see like signs of like when they had that big earthquake still there. Get her done, Ray. All right, thanks for the encouragement, Bon. Good day, Scuba Steve, Colonel Michael Seed. Dazzle gets to go fishing tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. At the resort, there's fishing. So Dazzle, Mom, and Leanna, they'll go fishing tomorrow. And her and Mom, don't catch any fish. No fish for dinner. Oh, they'll catch fish, man. I'm not worried about them, Edgar. They know how to catch fish. They know how to catch fish. Balance in life is good. Yes, right, Bon? Scuba Steve, there's a flu bug going around. Oh man, I'll have to research it more now. But I do know there's like high numbers of people getting flu, and I can't catch a flu, man. It's like I've been good this year so far. Knock on wood, I haven't been sick with flu, colds or anything. I'm careful around people. I'm wearing masks. I still got alcohol. I'm always washing my hands. Leanna, when Leanna starts having the sniffles, I have her wearing a mask and I wear a mask around Leanna because she's the one that gets it because, she had, at school, she's exposed to a lot of kids at school. She's busy in the hospital and she was told to be ready on Monday, called to come in. All right. So yeah, man, I gotta stay on top of this, man. Get information about that flu spreading here. Hope all is well, Ted. After the he said he didn't get he didn't feel it much on the Ted lives up on the mountain, like he's got an amazing view. More like the down where the beach area. All right. Okay, I got to the bottom. It spreads. Yeah, I know it spreads in schools. I know that, Fortune. That's why with Leanna, I'm always like watching her, if she's like catching anything. It's like the minute Leanna comes home with like a runny nose or a cold, I'm like, mask up, girl. Then I'm masking Leanna because that's how I would get it. I would get it from like the kids from her school. All right. It's about 8:43 here already, and I'll have to start getting ready. I gotta wake up Dazzle so she can get ready. We're gonna go ahead to Asia Pacific Medical Center. My appointment's not till 10, so we'll leave here about 9:30. Have you ever felt any earthquakes in Calibo? In Calibo, we felt the one not 2 weeks ago. The one that happened in Cebu, the 6 point something in Cebu. Here it was 5.3. We felt it because my neighbors all went outside. I just stayed in bed because I was sleeping. I'm a good sleeper. And, I slept right through it because Leanna came upstairs and woke me up, Kuya. And I was like, what? I was like, and I kind of felt it towards the end of the earthquake already. So, and I told her, earthquake? She said earthquake, but. And the last time before that, Dazzle and I, we were in college in Calibo. We had an earthquake. I don't remember how strong it was. We were on the 4th floor of our school. I think that was 2014, 2015. So about 10 years ago, there was an earthquake in Calibo, but no damage, no damage in Calibo. Even this one, the 5.3, no damage here in Calibo or Numancia. Some parents don't want kids to miss class, so even if that, I know that, Fortune. Even Leanna doesn't like missing class, but when she starts feeling, if I'm looking at her and she's got a cold or something, I keep her back because I don't want her spreading it to other kids. You seem a little bit anxious, like you're afraid to say something wrong. Relax, man. All right, I'm not anxious. It's like I don't have any reason to be anxious, but if you think so, it's like you're entitled to your opinion, my friend. Local suspension. The municipality Tapas Capiz suspended. Ooh, that's not far from here. Capiz is like we're less than 2 hours away from Capiz, so that might affect us here in Aklan for sure. Online modular learning. That might, I wouldn't be surprised if I hear from Leanna then because Cavite suspended classes from, I think, Tuesday to today. Wow. Man, I got to pay attention to these things. And hey, Ginno, watching from work. All right, Kim Mandal. All right. I always listen. Oh, thank you for listening to the live stream, my friend. Appreciate it. And I know you're if there's anything here in Calibo that you want me to film, you're interested to see, just let me know. I'll be more than willing to accommodate it. It's more you speak fast and make a lot of facial expression, but it can be maybe your it's probably my natural behavior. It's like my language, I have a hard time speaking now. I have dry mouth. I had 33 radiation treatments right here on my neck, so it affected my vocal cords. I have a hard time pronouncing words sometimes, but I do my best. I do my best, brother. It's like tuning in from Thailand. Good morning. All right, all right. I did subscribe to your channel. I did subscribe. I saw the proposal. The proposal. I saw the proposal. I did subscribe. Tim Melker Adventures. They're in Thailand. Did you manage to visit? Actually, I have an appointment today. I have an appointment. My appointment's at 10, actually, at the Asia Pacific Medical Center with my oncologist. And after my appointment today with my oncologist, I'll schedule an appointment with the dentist. Because here, the thing here, when you have to like schedule, there's no phone number to call. You know, it's not like you can call and then there's a receptionist that will like book your appointment. A lot of times, if you have to set an appointment up here for the dentist, you'd have to go there. And then you go, can I set an appointment? And they'll schedule an appointment. And I'll schedule an appointment for me, for Dazzle and Leanna. So we'll know how much, I'm not sure if they'll allow me to film. Very strict here in the hospitals. No filming, no picture taking in the hospital here. You know, HIPAA. The HIPAA rules applies here too in the Philippines. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do film there. I'll at least like find out. Maybe I'll get brochures on how much the cost is for the dental, because I know you're interested in how much the dental is. Awesome. Thank you. All right. All right. Tim Melker Adventures. Does TRICARE no, TRICARE does not cover dental here. Dental here is all out of pocket. All out of pocket. The only thing is like dental's not as expensive here. I know in the US dental is just a lot more expensive. Here it's reasonable. It's reasonable, like if you get dental work here. All right, looks like we're still doing good. 3-1 still, and we're batting now. Tommy Edmonds batting. All right. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and end the live stream here because I gotta wake up Dazzle so she can get ready, and then I'll get ready myself to go to my appointment at 10 at Asia Pacific Medical Center. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining the live stream. I appreciate it as always. Thank you all the time for all the support on our videos. I really appreciate it. Take care everyone. Take care, Vaughn. I missed it. I'll go back and watch. All right, no worries, no worries. Usually I go a little bit longer. Usually I try to go 2 hours, but I have an appointment today at Asia Pacific Medical Center, so I have to get ready, make sure I'm on time. I'm on time for my appointment. Kim Mandal, take care, take care, take care. All right, appreciate it, Andile. All right, everyone, Vaughn. All right, Vaughn. Take care, everyone. I'll see you guys on the next live stream. And everyone, please stay blessed. Stay blessed.